Mike's working everything, so you good to go.
Good morning, Company Keepers.
Good morning.
Another beautiful day in this world, and first Saturday in January. My name is Derek Pickett. I am your leader for today, and I am a Company People. I'm stepping in temporarily for my fearless leader who's taking a little rest. But first, we're going to start off with prayer because we're a little late. I know he'd rather have us be on time, so I'm going to start with a little prayer this morning. We're going to bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for our lying down and our waking up today, Lord. Lord, we come here today needing you more than we ever need you before, Lord. Lord, we're standing in the need of prayer. Yeah, Lord, we stand in need of prayer because the man who led us is laying down and probably talking to you right now, Lord. We want to take this. Tell what you tell him, get up like Lazarus and come on up, Lord. Lord, we got a lot going on, but you know what? We got the God who can solve all them problems. Lord, I ask you to bless all the Company Keepers who came, and all the ones who didn't come, and all the ones who wanted to come, all the ones out there on YouTube and Facebook. Lord, let them know that we are here to serve you. And it cannot, nothing go on unless we give you the glory, give you the praise. And all these blessings, we ask in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning, Company Keepers. I guess it's kind of like an awkward meeting this morning, but you know, when I was going through this week, I had a lot of things going on in my mind because literally a day after Christmas, I was sitting down with our leader who was having a conversation about, Derek, we gonna handle our business in 2019. He literally told me that he had ran to a lady at the massage parlor and he did a live. We couldn't catch up to that last time on Christmas Eve. And he told me, he was like, Derek, I'm not taking it no more. He said, I got a fresh loan. And one of the main things he said, he was like, take care of yourself. He said, love you and do for you. And I'm here today to tell you that, hey, his last book he wrote was Take the Lead. And I don't know, I guess I kind of think of it like, I don't know if y'all watch football, but like when Alabama and Georgia were playing for the SEC championship, and the quarterback that had been doing good all year, during the third quarter, he got injured. And the backup quarterback had to come in. Even though they were behind, he had to rally the team to win. And I feel like that that's our calling today. We have to gather a team to win. All I know is that I've seen a lot of things in life. And the question I just had today, the main question I asked is, do you believe? Like, do you believe? The current situation you're in right now, do you believe? I know I believe. I've seen a lot of miracles. But, I wanted to do something special today, and I said, Tony, I always give away stuff. And I was going to be like Tony, and I was just going to do something, and I was just going to give it away. But you know what? I said, I ain't going to give it away. I said, I'm not going to give it away because he had gave away everything. But I got on something today that I know, like, he gave me this outfit. I mean, it was right before Christmas. He was like, yo, I said, Tony, I like that outfit. He said, what size you wear? He went and got it without me thinking about it. He gave me everything by need as a leader. But I had to show him, like, what I had in me. So I kind of had to just realize that, hey, sometime in life, you can't appoint your time to take the lead. And I reached out to some people. A lot of people. A lot of people loved it. So, everybody got their Under Armour. Everybody got what they see. They see on the outside. But I had to go a little deeper. I had to go and figure out something. I said, I got to create a movement. I got to create something that's going to say, when I stand before you, you know what I'm believing in. Like when they stayed by the grave of Lazarus, they were just waiting. They stayed by Jesus' grave and wanted to come out. I want you to know I believe. Me and my nephew went there today, and I went and saw him this morning. He looked at him, his eyes going back and forth. I told my nephew, you ever seen anybody like this? He was like, nah. But I said, yeah, life will change for you real quick. And but we got some people in our covenant keepers who've been through the same situation you've been in. And they walking in, you can't tell. And sometimes it's like you can't, you know what I'm saying, you don't look like what you've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the pain you got behind you. But I just know, like, we've all been through worse situations. The thing about life can sometimes go so fast that we forget our pain. Remember what we went through. And sometimes he had to send us some reminders and some shockers. So, yeah, I had to go do the Tony Hurt, do something special today. And take the shirt off. And, you know, I wanted to create me a movement. I got me some. And my shirt say, it don't say you got to believe. You got to believe for Tony Hurt. Yeah, Antonio Hurt, my coach. And he used to always say, I used to see Tony do Facebook Lives all the time. And I'm like, I wish I could do that. But he said, put me in, coach. But he put me in. I'm here, coach. Coach, I don't know, like, what the situation, you didn't leave a playbook, but you deposited in me. So I just say, put me in. And the last thing on my shirt says, believe in miracles. man, you got to believe in miracles. Yeah. See, the God I serve, see, it would have been all right if he would just came and he would just broke his foot or broke his knee. But when you got a situation where somebody's up talking, and then next day, bam, they land up, now they're going to take some time. So the covenant keeper's like, sometimes I say, God, give me a test. But Lord, a test like this? Okay. Like, Lord, you could have just let somebody bump him from behind or hit him in a ditch. But Lord, like, why my man sitting here? He can't say nothing. But then I read sometime, my sister told me, say, you know, when the teacher gives him a test, the teacher don't speak. And maybe he being quiet to see if we can pass the test. He ain't saying nothing, but he's saying something. And you can talk to him and go look at him. He know. How many times you done been somewhere in public and look around, you in your right mind, you saying something, but they can't hear you. That's it. So I'm gonna go over it. We're not gonna be long today. Because like I can have this meeting all day for hours, but somebody needs some affirmation over there in Macon, Georgia. Somebody needs to suit up and put some gloves on and go in there and sit by the man that led them and did something for them. Candace, I mean, I'm not trying to do the old hurt right here. They say, you know, Candace over there morning, she like, Mr. Derrick, you still having me? I said, yeah. And she was like, I don't want to go. I said, why you want to go? You tired? I hung out late last night. I said, get up and go. She may told her come out of me, girl. You better get up and go. Stop being lazy. God got something for you to do. And just because the star person ain't there, don't mean the word can't be delivered. I got a few topics I want to talk about today. But the main thing I just want to talk about is just belief. Like just belief. It's easy to believe for someone else, but can you believe for yourself? Can you believe that God is send your prayers up and they'll work? Can you believe that no matter what the situation is, it can turn around? Yes. Yeah. Do you believe? Like, ain't but a few show up, and some might be late. But if you hear, I just need you to activate your belief. Activate your belief. I'm gonna let Pastor Palmer come up because I promise I ain't gonna be long. I got a few points, but I got some points. If you pay attention, I listen to today. I promise you, if you listen to me, I'm gonna tell you a few things that'll change your life and make you realize the power of what we have. So I'm gonna have Pastor Palmer come speak and come on.
Good morning, Covenant Keepers. Good morning. Oh, come on, somebody needs to say it like you
know.
Amen. We're yet alive. Yeah. Amen. We need to act like we are. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to be here on this morning. And I'm thankful for Derrick and how he opened up. I'm thankful for what he has said, because the last thing he said is where I'm gonna pick up at. See, I love the Lord. Amen. Because God will do this thing. He'll connect. And I'm gonna show you, because the last thing he was dealing with is the main thing that God gave me to deal with this morning. And I heard him say, and what God told me was the turning point. Amen. All right now. So that's where we're at this morning. Yeah. This is the turning point. Yes. Yeah. And see, he'd already talked about Tony. Yes. But as I was driving and I was coming along on the road, it just fell on me, and it was saying, you know what? I began to hear the different things, and this day is not about Tony. No. This is definitely about you and me as covenant keepers. Yeah. Yes, Lord. This is about us. God has already done with Tony what he's going to do. But he just laid him down a minute so that we could get to this place on today. Today, this is our turning point. Yes. Today, I already saw he had a bit. Do you believe? Whether you believe it or not, I promise you, this is our turning point. Yes. And I began to remember the things that Tony and I, that we talked about. And then God began to show me how he spoke in places of things that he had not yet gotten to, but yet by faith he could see and knew that he was going to eventually walk into it. So I understand that, you know what, guess what? He was already making preparation. Somebody better hear me this morning. He was making preparation, and now he's going to walk into just what it was he was preparing for. Have we made preparation? Have we made preparations on this morning? Don't talk to me about the new year. This is the new calendar year. I understand that. But guess what? This year, don't come in here telling me about what you're going to do or what you want to do or what's going to change in this year. Because see, what our problem is, what we forgot was, we all said what we were going to do years and years ago, and even up until today. But what we forgot was that God never changed. God never changed.
No, he don't.
And since we didn't consult God for our change, then that's why every year you got to make a different resolution. You're going to see a difference in you. But God has never changed. And this is our turning point. You know what? We for so long have been going through what we went through. And we for so long have always remembered what people did to us. But see, I've got news for all of us on this morning. Guess what? Let's not fault them because we looked at what they did as our fate. But you got to realize that what they did was a part of your destiny. And when we get that way, we'll stop blaming, we'll stop accusing, we'll stop lingering in places, and we'll stop feeling like, you know what, I'm not what I can be because of what this one did, because of what this one said. I beg to differ. We could not see. I used to, as a pastor, I used to always say, God, why are you giving me these damnable messages? You never tell me nothing good to tell the people so they can shout at. I want to see somebody get happy. God, because you see, I'm telling them everything you told me to tell them, and then it's like they mad. You know, they talking about me. But my God, give me something that they can rejoice about. I want a good message. And not all the time realizing that I was set up by God to destroy the things through his word that he gave me that was in the people. I wasn't a preacher. I'm not a pastor to make you happy. But I'm a pastor and I preach this thing to stir up. You got a gift on the inside of you. And I'm here to stir it up. It ain't me that you get mad about what I said. So be it. Stir it up, Lord. Stir it up. Because right now we're at the turning point. And see, if you want me to validate that with scripture, see, we're just like Jacob today in a lot of places. See, and when Esau realized that Jacob had tricked him 2 times. One, he tricked him at the beginning for the birthright. And then here it is the second time for the blessing, for the inheritance. See, we blaming a lot of people for what we have not yet obtained. But yet you are forgetting that no matter how it came to us or what they had to do in order to get at us, it was already divinely appointed. But what we fail to see is that we too, as Jacob was, we was tricking some people too. We took some stuff too. And what you don't understand is whenever he wrestled, and this is the place that we as covenant keepers got to get to for our turning point, whenever he wrestled with the angel of the Lord, he was actually wrestling with himself for the work that God had for him, that he was not willing yet to do. So stop blaming people. And go ahead and take your limp. Go ahead and take your limp on this moment. See, because whenever you find that you get in the presence of God and you have a godly encounter with God, God will give you a sign. And the sign that he gives you will still allow you to go forward.
Yes,
like my daughter said, to forge ahead. But this time, you're doing it in purpose. And you're doing it in truth. Jacob limped out of there. Amen. He limped. But you know what? And before he got that limp, he found out that he already had a name change.
Yes, right.
See, so we ain't got to trick nobody no more to get what God got for us. We ain't got to lie to nobody to get what God got for us. We ain't, and above all, you can't use nobody else to get to what God got for you. Yeah. So this is a turning point today.
Okay.
I remember, if you want to say something about Tony, I remember he said this. He did a writing, because see, I ain't the Facebook person. And that's not to say nothing about anybody else that want to do Facebook. But God told me concerning Facebook, he said, don't put your face in the wrong book.
Amen.
All right. It's okay.
Amen.
But for the intent of what it's used for, it has a profit. It has a gain. And I understand that. But I do the writings. And he wrote one time, see, and this is another turning point. He said, I am not your God.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. No, it's not.
I am not your God.
That's what he said. Amen. Amen.
And so in that writing, see, I had to understand it. That what we was placing on him and in him, that he was performing, then it caused us to get lax. And lackadaisical. It caused us to sit down. It caused us to rest a little while the servant kept on working.
Yes.
But I thank God for Jesus on the day.
Yes.
And I thank God for how he just put him down for a little while.
Yes.
That's all. And see, I don't care what you see when you see Tony. You don't see God behind the scene already working that stuff out.
Yes.
So then he told me this, and then I'm going to give it back to Derek. He told me this. He said, there's a turning point in prayer.
Yes.
You all that are praying the same prayer for God to do for Tony, your prayers are in vain.
Vain.
Because just like you told Daniel, I heard you the first time. I heard you the first time you prayed. And it may take 21 days. Somebody better say something. It may take a month. But guess what? When I heard your prayer, it was already done. It's already done. I said it's already done. Already done. But he told me this. He said, when your petition, what you asking him to do, what you want God to do when you pray. He said, whenever your petition reaches your faith. Yes. Yes. See, if your faith ain't strong enough to believe that God can, then all your prayers are a miss.
Yes.
Not a hit and miss, but a miss. But he said, whenever your petitions can reach your faith, then your faith can reach God's faith. And then he said, your prayer then will turn into praise. That's the turning point. Your prayer will now turn into praise because you have faith to believe that whatsoever you prayed and asked God to do on his behalf, it's already done.
Yes.
But okay, you're going to say, well, the Bible says, but men are always praying, not faint. True that. Now, when you pray, you pray what you see. Lord, I thank you for Tony walking. Lord, I thank you. Somebody, I thank you for him being back up. I thank you. When I spoke to Stephanie had told me one time, yesterday, she said, I still wait. She said, to hear him walk in the house talking loud. I said, stay right there. I said, you stay right there. You stay right there. Because if you can stay right there and believe that you will hear that, it is done. It is done. Yes. We're at the turning point now. Yes. Because guess what? I believe that whenever he comes, see, I'm already at the end of this thing. That's right. I'm just waiting for the manifestation. Yes. That's all I'm waiting for. Yes. I ain't asking God, I'm just thanking him. But I'm waiting on the manifestation of what I'm thinking. I done cried my last time. And I cried that when I heard. It's all right. Yes, it is. It's all right. Yes, it is. I cried that when I saw. Yes. Then God had to wait for to tell me, he said, what you see? You don't see. I'm going behind the scene. Yes. Okay. Yes. It's already done. But is it already done in us? The turning point. I see Derek got all these books laid out here. Amen. And this, like the half hadn't even been told. But it's okay. But I thank God for a program. I thank God for a curriculum to go with the program. I thank God for international. I thank God for the shaking of the nation. I thank God for yet being in consecration. You got to believe. See, now it's time for you to believe for yourself for real. Because guess what? Because if you're waiting on Tony to get these things done for you, I'm sorry. It ain't that no more. Gotta go to God for you. It's a difference than God giving you help. Yes. And you turning it into your helper. Okay. Then you turn it into your slave. You turn it into your workman. I heard the word say, we are his workmanship. All right. His workmanship. Yeah. So it's all right this morning. It's the turning point. Yes. I forgot, I think it's Tyrone Davis. He said, I reached the turning point, Lord, in my life. Oh, yeah. You need to Google that song and listen to that. But that's what God told me this morning. He said, yes, the turning point. Yes. So don't think that where you are, look, we had a free ride, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Sure. Yes. Oh, we had a free ride and got paid sometimes along the way on the ride. Yes. All right. Now it's time for you to pay for the ride. Thank you. Thank you. And in paying for the ride, you're going to have to work in order to get what's needed to pay for the ride. Yes. It's the turning point now, y'all. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's time for active participation. Yes, it is. Because that's the only way that we're going to get positive results. That's right. And that's what he told me. He said, active participation promotes positive results. You ain't got nobody to blame for the place that you're in now. You got to get in the presence of God and you got to wrestle yourself loose from yourself. Yes. So that the will of the Lord can be done in your life and be done through your life. Yes. No more shucking and jiving. And it's okay this morning because I'm grateful. It's the turning point. We are at the turning point. Yes, we are. Anybody got proof? Anybody got a limp? That you done been in the presence of the Almighty God and you done walked out with a name change? Yes. You still walking in faith, believing that God will even heal that too? Yes. Yeah. He will even take care of that too. But he had to give it to him. Everybody don't believe that we know who we say we know. Okay. But I promise you, he'll leave you with a mark. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. He'll give you a sign. Yes, he will. He will give it to you. Yes, he will. And you can walk out in it and with it. Yes. Guess what? And still prevail. Still prevail. So stop trying to make yourself look good on the outside. Go to the inside and get in the presence of God. Wrestle yourself away from yourself. Yes. Yes. It's wrestling time. Yes, it is. Because we're at the turning point. Turning point. Either you're going to do this thing or you're going to get done by this thing. You choose. Yes. And as Tony would say, that's followed by In Jesus' name. And an amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Turning point.
Yeah. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
The year of Jubilee.
Man. Yeah. Oh my God, goodness. But tell them to pull that song up for me. But man, it's like the day after Christmas, Tony got some things. He just come in and he'll play some songs on the radio and he'll just play them like 10, 20 times. He play them. And sometimes he plays some white people I don't even know. I don't know either. I'm like, this man got some cups. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be like, I'm trying to figure out who it is. I know it's like I'm a coon, don't know that. Who it is? So yeah, but he had this song that we were saying by Keontae about Devon. His name, this ain't no ordinary worship.
All right now.
And he kept playing that song all day. And that song sat down in my soul and spirit. But I think he was preparing me where I was going. Because he said, this ain't no ordinary worship. It talked about a Jesus who performed miracles. About the woman with the issue of blood for 12 years. She waited 12 years. My leader ain't been down for 12 days. God gonna work when he get ready. That's all I know. He gonna work when he get ready. I'm just glad that he gave me something to work with. But this song, this guy is like 15 years old. But I gotta play a song for him because this song means so much. Yeah. So that song said, you know. So I give this ain't no ordinary. The God of so much greater. So I'm gonna give it let me tell the story about a woman with a issue. Had it 12 long years, didn't know what to do. She heard about a man coming through her town. She fell to her knees and crawled on the ground. This is what she said, no. She said, if I could only touch of the gift of his God, I will give it all I have. Oh, man. Don't help me say, no, this ain't no ordinary. No, the God of sin is great. So I can give it all I have. Give it all I have. Let me tell a story about a man. Galilee. He healed the lame, caused the blind to see. This man, you are the train, crucified for you and me. This man only wanted to make us free. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, it's enough. Oh, that free guys. Free heroes waiting on fire. So I'm gonna give it all. I'm gonna give it all. I'm gonna give it all. Yes. Come on, I say, come on, play, come on, play, come on, play, come on, play. Somebody say, play it out, so play it out. My go-to. My wife said, by the time you get through playing this song, I'm tired. I said, we gonna get tired. I'm telling you, you're gonna stay tired. But I have a few topics I'm gonna go over today. I may not be too long. You can read them on the board. But number one, the first one is bookie and coach. So I have been talking about my book. My book is a new book. It's The Power of Belief. And belief is the craziest thing. That's why I say, do you gotta believe? But when I wrote my book, you got to do your dedication. And I wrote my dedication, and I did it to Tony. He was writing my book, and he said, man, I'm very honored. So here's my dedication. This book is dedicated to my spiritual father, mentor, and brother, Tony Hurt. I wrote my first book 3 years ago without him knowing, and he was very upset at me because I didn't tell him. It was a surprise that ended up surprising me. I didn't understand it at the time why he was so mad, but later I got it. He didn't want me to publish a book just to say I published a book. He wanted me to publish a book that represented my brand. Because of him, I have been able to help so many others. We have shared countless conversations and heartfelt moments that most people won't ever understand. It's rare and likely when a person says they can meet themselves in another person. When I really met Tony Hurt, I met a man who was full of greatness. So many times when I thought I was helping him, he was really helping me. He helped me find the person I really was and continues to push me to pursue the greatness that is within me. He pushed me to write 4 more books, and I'm still counting the books that I must still write. He taught me the power of me and ignited my ability to believe in me. Most people don't really know how it is to meet a man at his highest high and his lowest low, and still getting treated the same. Tony has taught me how to give and realize what faith and humanity really is all about. I remember a few prayers that were pivotal in my life. And one of them was when he was discouraged and didn't want to write anymore, I prayed that night, Lord, let him keep writing. For whatever reason, I knew it wasn't time for him to quit. And I now know that his quitting would have been detrimental to my success. There are times when our prayers for others are actually our prayers for ourselves. My prayers were answered. And he is the reason I truly wanted to write a book, because I saw him do it so easily. I'm grateful that I met him. I'm grateful that we are friends. Most of all, I'm grateful that he saw the best in me and invested in me, but I wouldn't invest in myself. He is definitely a man of God. And I know he was sent as an angel in my life. My life will never be the same, and yours won't be either, because he pushed me to be a better me to help you. So I wrote this. good dedication. Yeah, that's good for I was like, I was doing something. So, you know, the day after Christmas, you know, Christmas Eve, we saw each other, we talking, so Pastor Palmer came back, got my books. And his books didn't come. He said, you know, Pastor Palmer's books came, my mind didn't come. I was like, dang, I said, but I ain't really, I was like, okay, they told me to get books all the time. I mean, it don't. I like, it'll be here. And then somehow I had to get some more books and I was doing my stuff. And the day after Christmas, we were together. And then the next day, he got sick. And I called him, he answered the phone. And Annie and I just saw David was calling my other phone I had when I first came home. I don't use it anymore. And he called that phone. They called that phone to let me know. And I was just like, then the following day, Tim called me. He said, man, Tony had to go to the hospital. He's in the hospital. So I'm like, okay. Went down there and we got to sat there and had a conversation. I was sitting there talking to him. He was like slurred, but he was telling Stephanie, he was like, yeah, call this person, call Pastor Paul. I said, why didn't you call me? He said, call Derek. He looked up at me and she said, he's still bossy. You know what I'm saying? So we was sitting there, so he was talking. And then we was sitting there talking. He had a cold conversation. He was like, yeah, Derek. Man, I was praying like hell. I had a stroke. Is that where I'm talking just like we talking now? I come to Millersville to come to the office. Come back. He land up. Land up. Within 2 hours. Whole life at you. I'm talking, think he's fine, think he got some little minor. They looking around the chest. Look at that. So I'm looking like, man, what's going on? I said, it can't be real. I said, it can't be real. So then I go, the following Stephanie that day out, I said, my book's gonna be there Saturday, Sunday. So I said, okay, when they got books. So he said, just go in the house. I went in the house with it. His book was sitting there in the thing. And I opened his books. It was like Take the Lead. And he saw it. He had his backpack on. Miss Annie had books out. Everybody give me y'all mail address. I'm going to mail your book to you this week. And I saw it. And I was like, okay, I looked at it. Then I went. God said, let me grab a couple of these books. I got my books. I grabbed it. I went and looked at the book. And then I opened up the book and I read the book. And this is what the book said. Just literally blew my mind. And it was just a sign from God. And I was just like, man. It was like dedication. I'm dedicating this month's book to Timothy Maddox, Derek Pickett. They are covenant keepers and they are my friends. When I think about the spirit of leadership, I think of them because these two men are willing to lead. In fact, these men have stuck with me over the last couple of years with unwavering faith. Even when things were bleak, they continued to remain steadfast in the faith. Even when things were crumbling in their own lives, they were steadfast in their faith toward me and the ministry that God has placed inside of me. In fact, these two men have the ability to bring the worst and best out of me, knowingly and unknowingly. God has a way of putting people on your path who are like you to challenge you. They challenge me in ways that are unimaginable. But at the end of the day, they show you more about yourself than you can even imagine. These men have transformed my life over the last 2 years more than they can even fathom. Their spiritual DNA has such a staying and praying power that they force me to move forward when my fears were trying to overtake me. This leadership book is for them. They may be rough around the edges at times, but the edginess is what forces me to stay current and awake when I am around them. You can't sleep around geniuses who are always thinking and strategizing. They never stop thinking of ways to move forward, advance in the things that they are called to do. And for that, I present the leadership lessons that have been resting inside of me for the last 8 years and the lessons that have brought me over troubled waters. My prayer for you is that you take the lessons to heart and continue to walk with an impeccable spirit that refuses to allow anything to stop or block you from being all that God has called you to be. You may not be perfect, but all your imperfections are what make you perfect in God. Take the lead and never forget the hustle for free. In Jesus' name, amen. Why not the truth? It's home. True to you. God couldn't have wrote it better. I mean, He gave me the sign. I got to take the lead. He told me I had it in me, but I wasn't ready because I was just going to sit back and let him do everything. He kept talking about that day, Christmas Day, we ain't going to have no fear. Christmas Eve, he said, no fear. He said, no fear. So when the assignment comes, Pastor Palmer said, you got to lead? I'm ready. I'm ready. So that's what put me in, coach. Next thing he said, take care of yourself. That was one thing last Facebook. He said, take care of yourself. He went to Lady Miss Cindy, guys, we saw it every time. They also take care of yourself. So I tell y'all now, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and do for yourself. I've been trying to lose weight because you know what? I don't want to be sick. Amen. I don't want to do nothing that I control myself. I don't make resolution. I make decisions. All right. So what's your decision gonna be today? All right. I took a picture of blood pressure, and I'm gonna put it up on my thing. It was high. Lord asked him, I said, man, you sitting there. And I talked to him. He gonna laugh about it later. I said, man, I tell you everything. Why you didn't tell me you had high blood pressure and diabetes? Right. He looked at me, he said, how'd you know? I don't know that. I told you no. I don't care if Brad, eat what you want to come keep me. I said, oh no, he not eating what he want to eat. Tell him put the cakes up, let's get some pretzels back there or something. I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him, I ain't scared of him now. He's bigger than me, but I'm gonna tell him how I feel. Okay. But that takes you things to get to know who your friends are. Know who the people around you so you can help them love themselves when they don't want to love themselves. And sometimes we care so much and we don't know. It's a shame I was around him all that time, but we ain't never talked about his medical condition. And I was with him every day. He didn't say nothing. So I felt like I knew him, but I didn't know him. And I felt like if I probably would have knew, I would have helped him. But we so busy trying to do everything, and he doing things for everybody else. It was kind of like, you know, it was just like, man, we just get to it. God will take care of it. But that was just a warning sign for me. And sometimes God does things happen to other people to help you. That thing does seize the day. I'll never forget, I was sitting there with Tony, and we was finna go, and we was finna go, and I was finna leave out the house, and I was like, you know how men be. I don't want to get no hug. Okay? That's a holiday later. He said, boy, come here, give me a hug. He gave me a hug, and he touched me on Christmas Eve. And he did. He's like, give me a hug. And I was like, yeah, you know, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He touched me. He's like, give me a hug. I'll give me a hug. So we was in prison. We ain't touching prison. We walked out somewhere. They like, what's going on? I see something to me, and I don't want to touch no man no more. You know what I'm saying? So he gave me a hug. So I got a hug from him on that Christmas Eve. And then he told me how he felt. He said it's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my hug saying that I love you. You know what I'm saying? So I got that. You got it. Just throw me a hug and ain't no man conference. I was like, yeah, but I was glad I seized it. I seized that moment. Yeah. The next thing is Jezebel. He always talking about Jezebel. Jezebel, I heard about that so much. He brought Jezebel up. The day before Christmas Eve, he brought Jezebel. Talking about what the lady had said. But Jezebel, and that's a deep story. You need to read it because it was deep inside of him. He said it was Jezebel. Next is take the lead today. Stop waiting on someone to do something for you. You can do yourself. I'm not going to be no coon. I'm going to read. There you go. Come on, Derek. My little sister got in trouble that week. And my nephew, he's been over there. He was with me last year. He was good. And I was like, he going to be all right. I took him up to dad's house, acted all out. Feel like I don't lean on me when they was on the top of the bed. And he said, boy, look at you. Look at your eyes. You been doing wrong here, ain't you? Look at it. Go to jump. Go to jump. No, I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump. I said, I tell you, jump. He doing that. He just playing. But he's smart, though. But he had that way around me. God come to keep wet certain way in the meeting, and we leave Tony. We like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you had leadership above me. And I saw a thing yesterday. I was looking at one of his books I saw. It was old, and I ain't never seen it. And I saw what Tony had wrote, and it was like, I think I took a picture of it. It was the real men. He said, life is not a game. As men, we love sports and video games and hunting and all sorts of bleep, bleep, bleep. We love to talk shop and sports. But you have to remember that life is not a game. 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 And you can't get caught up in the illusion of life as you talk game. Sports, I love sports. I hate sports. I talk sports. I talk shop. But at the end of the day, you can't get caught up in the fictional aspects of life that are designed to block your faith and future. Life is not a game. And no matter how much you like playing games, you have to remember that life is not a game. Your purpose is much bigger than the things that you like. Your life is about your faith and purpose. You can talk about what you want to talk about. You can love what you want to love, but you have to be open to it. Keep it real and remain true to your faith, flow, and direction. I'm simply saying this: life is not a game. Life is not a game. Life is not a game. Although you can relate to any game to your life, life is not a game. That's why I said my nephew, I go get him, because on this book right here, he had the little boy. And I had to go back and get him back, because I know he'll be all right with me. And I got to pick him up. And life ain't a game. Next thing you know, covenant keeper. I am a covenant keeper. I got one request today. 8 times, whatever you got to do. 2. It's a pen back there and a paper. Write on that letter. Take it to the hospital, get whatever. We're going to read them letters to him, because he can hear it. Write him a letter, tell him what he done for you. If you're a covenant keeper, it's going to mean something to tell him how you feel about his living. I used to say when I was in prison, I said, you know what prison is like? It's like being in a real live funeral. Because you get to see, he's going to come by and see you. He's going to visit you at your lowest point. Everybody going to come by when you got a free shirt. Everybody going to come when they're going to have free food down there to meet you. But where you going to come when you're laying there and can't do nothing? Write him a letter. If you could do anything, write him some words, because he did so much right, made so many copies. All these books up here. Come look at them. Oh, this ain't my hand. All these books he wrote. He had to put something in you. So write my man a letter. Next thing is your time. Keep fighting. Last thing he was telling me, he was like, man. I said, dang, Tony, I said, I thought you was gonna fast when you answered the phone. He said, no, this ain't no time for fasting. We got to get to work in 2019. Yeah, he said, ain't no time for fast. So my thing is, you got to keep fighting. No matter what's going on in your life, keep fighting. And whatever you think that you can't hear his voice, I'm sure you got some books you ain't read. Go read them. You might not hear him cuss, or you can go right where he cussed. You go read where he wrote it. Listen to him. He gave you everything you need. Next thing, break what's in you. This is my last thing. Sow your seeds. Got one more thing to say. But like, this is it. But, you know, in life, I never really saved a lot of money. I always spent. But, you know, I love to go to the zoo. So I saw when I went there, I was at the hospital, I saw a giraffe. Yeah. We saw a little elephant, pink elephant. But, you know, Tony said he got the feminine and man in, so I got the elephant to come right here. So, you know, I did a scenario and I thought about it. I was like, hey, Tony. Y'all ever seen Purple Rain at the time when his dad got sick in the hospital? He went down and threw everything on the ground, and he went back, he was trying to look and see what it was. He was finding all the things. So I look at covenant keepers like kind of like a piggy bank. And we got 2 types of covenant keepers now. Everybody ain't the same covenant keeper. See, we got the covenant keepers that look good like a giraffe. See, they just reach around their neck round and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all just can't see what's going on and see what it's there. So we got those covenant keepers like this. They your giraffe. You got the long neck, see what's going on. I ain't paying no time. They ain't doing that. Come in, get some free. Get all concentrate, just stand up in time. Got some oil in the house you can prostitute because you ain't never used it. So we got some more giraffes here. But then we got some more elephants. They move slow. They remember everything Tony done said. My man, he like an elephant because he moves slow. He said, slow down. I get up at 7 o'clock, he up at 10. You ain't gonna run me, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time. So then, this week was like a crazy monumental moment. Because Tony didn't leave me but a few things, but he left me some things that I could always understand. And you look at this way of life, you'll always understand it. So Christmas Eve, I was just like, yo, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. I was just like, yo, everything good. Because sometimes I'm dragged. Sometimes I just show up so he can't say I did class. I still don't know about 4 steps of the consecration. I'm saying I get explained like, I just be honest with you. But I'm still, I'm like a drag. I just come see what's going on. Make sure I ain't missed that. Make sure I ain't missed a good word.
That's right.
And I was a drag. See, you don't think about the drag, it look good and big. Real loud. Got real loud. Got loud. Yeah. And then you got the others. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You know, take care of it. But the draft, I always talking mad. All this, I'm gonna come to keep it. But see, one thing about life, if you ever see a draft go to fight, draft go down, they go down hard. You're gonna hit. So then we had to come on, we had to put a security gate on the thing. People just come in and look. When you come in to go look at it, if you don't know the gatekeeper, you can't go in there and see it. See, anybody come in though, you go up there, they gonna say, what's the security code?
All right.
If you don't know security code, you really don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So this week I had to go through something. I realized that sometimes you gotta be like a giraffe. You been draft ever sometimes? God gonna break you. Yeah. But when he break you, only thing these giraffes gonna have in them, they're gonna have a little change, but ain't gonna change. They got a little disappointment.
All right.
See these giraffes right here. They got a little, I got to tie these up, a little fear. These giraffes got some sadness, resentment, backbite, anger. They got some rage. Yeah. So you going there, giraffes, you got giraffes, a lot of people look around like they doing something, but they ain't doing nothing. Ain't nothing but a bunch of change, and they try to change that. That's right. But then I got my man right here, he elephant. Quiet, but he's powerful. See, elephant take about 2 years to get born. It ain't no 9 months. It ain't no dog, a bunch of them. Elephant, when they born, they know they there. My man, he going to a point right here. See, I was the elephant right there. I came to elephant when he broke, and I turned around and, whoa. I got broken. That's right. You know what I got? See, he gonna have some $2 bills. You know what that $2 bill is? That's the covenant. Yeah. He got the covenant. See my fearless leader. What he left me? When he left, he didn't leave a lot of money. But you know what he left me? He left me some belief. Come on, man. That's right. All right, then he left me some. A man up. Come on, man. He left me some. Step 5, fasting. Oh, yeah. He left all this for me right here. So, you know what I'm saying? My daughter wrote all these down. I just told her to write down a good thing about it. She left me some push yourself. All right. And you know what she left me? He left me some step 3, listening. You got to listen a little bit sometimes. Don't always talk. Also, he left me a little step 2, communion. Drink your communion, drink your juice. He left that too. He left all that with you. He left some. Step 9, reinvent yourself. Reinvent yourself. Derek, you ain't gonna follow your leader now. Had to reinvent myself this week. In 1 week, I had to reinvent myself. Then he left a little wisdom. 1 week, whole life don't change. Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Because there were some people 2 weeks ago, they had a job.
Come on.
But now they're trying to build up a wall and they don't know that next check gonna come through. Now they gotta talk to Jesus. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So your life is changed. He left the leadership.
Jesus.
That's some love. That's right. That's their focus. I tell you, write a letter. I had a letter I didn't never open up. He sent them to me back September 30th. Opened it up last night. This is a letter I wrote to myself. He told me to write. Got caught with saying it was at my you got to stain. It was behind my sink in the house. It was stained. I said, I ain't read it. I was a coon then. But when I got the letter out laying down and read to myself, I had to put it in the thing. Dear Derek, you are where you prayed for. But never forget what he did for you. You are anointed and chosen for this journey. Please trust what God has showed you. You are a man after God's own heart. Bet on you, Derek. God has your back. Believe in you. Invest in you. Yeah, left all that. So, you know, he left some serenity. I mean, so like, my thing is, though, see, some of y'all got something in you. He left some prayer.
Yes.
But when you get broken to your lowest point, that's when you had to put out. See, my pastor left me the word. He left me some stuff to leave on to the people. To tell y'all to go on, they're going to be all right. I had a chance to be his servant, to fix them something to drink, to fix them something to eat. I got, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I don't believe in like, you know what I'm saying, polygamy or nothing right now. But I got 2 wives now, Stephanie, my wife. I got to take care of. They're my kids. I got some outside kids down in their mind. So like I said, I got 2 families now. So forgive me, Lord, because my money finna be divided. I can't even tell my wife everything because it's divided. Because y'all know what you're doing. But I had to step up. That's what leadership is. We talked about it. We talked about it. He's always said to me, Eric, something will happen to you. He said, Eric, 2 months ago, Eric, give me your budget. He said, something happened to you. I want to know $10 you're going to be taken care of.
That's right.
You know what I had to say this week? Stephanie, give me your budget.
All right. Yes.
Because you cover.
Amen.
You cover. You ain't got to never worry about your kids being afraid.
Right.
You're straight.
Yes.
That's what he gave me.
That's what
He prepared me.
Yes.
But he was standing for him.
Amen.
So like, everybody at bank today, so I don't know what you got deposited in you.
Yes.
So you might not be laying in the bed like Tony, but you might be laying somewhere else. But I need you to take one of these books or something and look at it and take it out of him and give it to somebody else. Because what he gave you is information you can share with other people.
Amen.
See, everybody ain't always felt good. His phone is blowing up. People are looking for him to talk to him. Stephanie said, I wish he would just bust.
Yeah.
I done sat these meetings a long time with my phone out there, and he be talking 3 hours.
Yeah.
I said, well, I don't need to be here but once a month. I said, this is longer Baptist church I was being But I sound like so. I ain't gonna keep you long, but I just want to tell y'all, like, we broken. But become a covenant keeper. Come grab your $2 bill today. And get a $2 bill, put it up somewhere. So you can say somebody, because he went in for you. You can't find these everywhere. People see you with $2. Get your $2 bill and think about your leader. The person who did it. I'm going to see him. I went and saw him this morning. I played the song for him. Man, but one thing I know, life is short. It's short. My whole life has changed. My whole life has changed. Because I swear, I ain't never seen it come. I ain't never seen it coming. But God always had it in the background. So he always working up this turning point. I'm going to let Pastor Palmer in this. And also, I just wanted to, like, before we go, Pastor Mike, I want everybody to tell me, like, one thing that they like from Tony. One thing you learned from him. And you just pass it around. Y'all give somebody time to speak this up.
What I learned from him. What I learned from Prophet. He's a really good person. I like Prophet. I learned to tell the truth.
Yeah.
He said always tell the truth and get it over.
Yep.
I learned a lot of stuff from him. You know, like people saying, put out the old and get the new. I just learned a lot of stuff. I just can't say it all, but I learned a lot of stuff from him.
Yes,
I really did. I
learned a lot from Antonio. Many don't know it, but Antonio is my nephew. And I know him from a little boy coming up to grow. And sometimes we don't know our journey. But as you were saying about the miracle, as you look at me, I am a miracle. And Antonio told me that God has some great for me. When Antonio brought me on board, Jared didn't know. But he said, God told me to bring him. And I learned that from Antonio, yes. We are to always be true in everything we do. But never forget that God is the head of all our lives. And whatever destiny we got is in God's hand. We see that example right now. We can be here one moment with each other, and the next second, it can be a turnaround. As the apostle said, it's a turnaround for us. If we never learn anything, learn from our coach that we need to cleanse self. 2019 is an epic year, as Antonio said. It's a year to forgive. It's a year to begin to be who you are. Cleanse yourself with God and stop blaming and pointing. I have enjoyed what you said today, Derek. And I thank you, Apostle, for everything you said. And I thank God that I am a covenant keeper. And I thank God for life and it more abundantly. You all continue to have a blessed day.
I learned a lot from Tony since I started coming down here and especially August or September. But I've learned a lot from self, stand up, take control of self, calling the ace to ace, space to space. And he taught me a lot. I used to, lie throughout the day, but it was daily motivation for me in some places. And I can't explain about everything that I've learned, but his speaking has been such an inspiration to me, my family, and growth in myself.
I learned from him so many things, but I learned to never give up, keep pushing forward. That's what reinvent. I'm still learning to reinvent myself and take care of me and stop focusing on so many others and worry about everybody else and not take care of me. So I'm still trying. I'm still working toward that. I still do focus on others more than I focus on myself. And I'm still pushing forward.
One of the key things that I really did get from him was he told me to be humble and to sit down and say what he told me. He told me to be humble, say what he told me. He said, "Bitch, be humble." Tony don't, he don't cut nothing, he don't cut nothing. But that's a Kendrick Lamar song. Yes, so go back and listen to that song, sure did. And what I had to do was to humble myself in all things. And he told me to do that in all things. But I'm grateful for that because I was yet able in those places to humble myself and to hustle. Don't continue to stay in the same place that I was in, but to move and to continue to move forward.
What I've learned from Dr. Hurt is always trust what God has put in me and say what He has given me to say. Don't worry about how it sounds, because when it's from Him, they will catch it by the Spirit. But always just don't suppress what God gives you. Stand up, don't be afraid, and just go forth and do what thus says the Lord. Because everything that we need to become is already inside of us. So I just thank God for being able to speak now that I've gotten myself back, you know.
What I learned from Prophet, everything that I always said is just life. All of it is just life. It's like this 2019, what he said was shit happens. Everything happens. You have to be ready because he's preparing us. So take what he told us and to prepare and get ready, because whenever it comes and we don't listen, we don't learn, and we don't take it in, we won't have our shit, we won't have our armors, like saying. When he's preaching, when we don't learn anything, it's not getting our piece to armor. It's like at night, we need the plate over here to protect you for your shoulder and then your chest, all that stuff. So just listen and learn life.
What resonates to me from what Prophet said to me personally, me and him, having our trials and our tribulations and our ups and downs, our ins and outs, but what sticks with me and what encourages me to go forward is just be confident in myself, be confident in my ability, and just as Sister Emma said, speak the word only. I can hear that. It's like, Danny, speak the word only. Speak the word only. Because in the position that I'm in, I get fearful sometimes of not speaking, but being able to convey what God has given to me for others to understand it. But Tony said, and what I plead to, and what I plead to is, if God gave it, then whomever God gave it to, they'll hear it by the Spirit. It's not my responsibility for people to understand or to receive, rather, but it's only my responsibility to give it as God has given it to me and speak the word on. Don't mix nothing with it. Don't put nothing extra in it. Don't try and go outside of what God has said and try and make it to a place, I guess, or to the understanding of the people, because if they're spiritual, and if God said it, they'll understand it by the Spirit and they can grow. And that's what I learned from him. When I first met her, he's always said spirit. And he was like, no, spirit. I'm like, well, how do you know when you speak versus the devil? Said you or not. So I used to always say, well, something told me this, something told me this. Pushing forward, it took me a minute, but I actually, he helped me build a strong relationship with God, and I know when the Spirit is talking, I know when I get the Holy Spirit, and faith and trust and belief. That's why I hold on to it.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, Dr. Herb, I don't really like that name. My brother, my friend, my coach. What he gave me was transition. When I met him, I was in a transition. Right now, we're in a transition. And he told me, I gave him that word. I said it so much that, hey, he started using it on his own. But right now, it's an epic life. He did tell you it's going to be epic 2019. And it's going to be epic because you're going to have to make it epic, not him. What we did was we piggybacked on what his belief was. And now it's all about what you. Self-regulate. You're going to have to be who you. It's no more Tony. It's no more covenant keeper. It's about your relationship with God. And we are covenant keepers because God wouldn't keep a covenant with God. We didn't keep a covenant with Tony. We kept a covenant with one man. So I just thank God for who Tony was. He came in our lives to make us who we needed to be, to get us a stronger relationship with God, not with one another. Because at the end of the day, it's never about us.
Yeah, right.
Because what my trials is got nothing to do with you. It's what the trials of what God gives you to show his glory. Because at the end of the day, guess what? He gonna get glorified. Ain't no rock crying out for me. I'm sorry. Ain't no rock gonna cry out for Tony, because Tony did his job.
Yes.
We got to do what? Our job now.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's what? Your walk. Derek, put it back in your hands. Oh, we're going to get you a pause.
Y'all give yourself a hand clap. Let's give Derek a hand clap. Don't know what's in a person. It just takes something to happen to push what's in them out, that they be revealed. I thank God today. You got your hand up there? You want to say something? Okay. I'm letting know I'll be my faith.
I like it. He told me to learn from my mistakes.
She said, "You are told to learn from her mistakes." Amen. And I think I can put Eric and ask everybody to say, but I heard in one or two people, but I'm only going to say this: whenever you have learned something that is then implemented in your life, it becomes you. It's what you now do.
That's right.
It's not what you say anymore.
That's right.
And I heard a couple of them say what they are now doing. Not what he said, but what you are doing. I got my $2 bill off the table first. But as I was sitting there and as I heard Derek say what he wants us when you get it, what he wants you to take it and what it should mean to you, I had to laugh within myself. Because the very first $2 bill I got in my life was back in 1979 when I graduated. And they gave, whenever you have your little your baccalaureate service, they always, the blacks, we always came together and they gave us a $2 bill. And I still have that $2 bill from 1979. That's the first $2 bill I've ever got. And I was determined that I would never spend it, but I was always keep it and remember from where it came and for the reason why it was given. I want you to take it today because I sat there and I laughed because I said, you know what? I said, Lord, there I am again thinking black. Because I understand that when time get hard, some of y'all gonna remember with that $2 bill and y'all gonna spend it. But I hope it never has to come to that. I hope it never has to come to that. And I hope that we're always able, I hope that we're really always able to take this today and to hold on to it and to keep it and to vow never to spend it because of what it means to us in this day. And we're going to hold on to the meaning. And upon my saying that, I know Derek's going to have to come back because I was looking for the books and I was asking him, I said, where the book? And he was like, and then Derek says, give me your address. But I thank God for being in the plane. But I know he's going to come back. He's going to change this, but he said I was going to close, but it looks like he's going to close. But I do want to say this, out of everything that I heard today coming forth from Derek, and then thank God for each and every one of you that's here on the day. Thank God that because this, you being here speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You being here really do let me know and see that there has been something of worth put in us. Yeah. And it's not about being here for somebody, rather than it is about us being here for what God has to give to us through whoever it is he's placed in this place. And so I'm glad for the ones that came because we knew that Tony wasn't going to be here today, but yet we're covenant keepers and we still yet came. And as Brother Tim was saying, the covenant is not with man. It's got to be with God. And I can remember Derek gave his synopsis of everything. And I only wanted to say that when it came to the books, I know that Tony was telling me, he said, Apostle, he said, your book came. He said, and Derek's book came. He said, but from what I understood, his went in first, but his came last. And I looked at everything the way it was and the way it flowed. And we already know that his was supposed to come last. Because right now in the place where we stand, we're in a profound place. And the book is profound. And it came last so that it would be first in us now to let us know that we have to take the lead. And who can you lead if we have not yet been a good father? We first had to become fathers. Not of him, but of what God placed in him for us, that he gave us to obey. And once you find yourself being obedient to what's being given, then you can take that and it's imparted in you first. And when you start to live, then you start to give it, then you can start to lead. We need to take the lead first over ourselves.
Yeah, all right.
Lead yourself out of whatever it is that's holding you back from being able to be a true covenant keeper,
Yes.
a true follower, to become a true leader.
Yes.
It came as it should have come. And as Derek said, and I'm done with this, I'm done because the day has been really a great day in Christ. And it's been a good day. I told my daughter when we was riding up, I said, this is a good day.
Yes, it is.
I got stopped by the police in Columbus. Was it Columbus? Y'all know I'm just police queen. I mean, in Georgia, I am. They tell me, they got me, classified as a super speeder in the state of Georgia. But I thank God for the policeman that stopped me today. His name was Elias. And I thought about when Jesus asked him, who do they say I am? Some say Elias. When I saw Elias and I saw his name, I'm like, it's all right. It was, my heart didn't flutter. Yeah. Nothing happened. And then when I turned and I looked and the name was Elias, it's all right. Yeah. He said, you were doing 60 and 45. He said, I'm just going to give you a warning.
Amen. Amen.
Because he was Elias. It's all. And see, and Tatoya, you know me, there was no harm done in what I did because I made a vow to myself that in this year, I'm not leaving you with nothing unsaid. What I'm supposed to say. You want to know what, Tony? The lesson that I got, and this is what I'm implementing. Nothing am I going to leave from in your presence and say, oh, I should have said that. No. I'm going to say it. Because the Spirit of God is always working. And whenever I hear it, what I hear, he said, take no thought. I ain't taking no thought for what coming out my mouth. Amen. He said, you open up your mouth and said, and I'll feel it. I had this lady to come into my home yesterday, and she began to tell me some things. And she began to tell me that she was this, she had 3 names for herself. She was a managerial consultant strategist. And here it is, long story short, she had come to my training session on last Tuesday. And she was saying basically how after everybody had gone, we were out on the church ground, and she was prophesying and she was telling me what she saw and how she saw me walking and how things were just opening. I said, well, okay. I said, because she ain't saying nothing no more than what I've already heard before. Just confirmation. Yeah. But then whenever she came to me and she wanted to put herself in it to show me how I would get this thing, it went from her saying that to her becoming my managerial consultant strategist with a fee of, my fee is from $800 to $10,000. I looked at her and I smiled. I said, I ain't paying you nothing. Thank you. I promise promise you, I'm not gonna let her leave my presence thinking that that's a possibility. I said, I'm not paying you anything. And she said, well, I can negotiate. She said, I can. She said, if you don't have the money, I said, did I tell you that I didn't have no money? No, you're not gonna speak nothing. We're gonna be. No, I got the money, but I'm not paying you anything. How can you take the prophecy and insert yourself in it for payment? I said, if God spoke it, then that way is already up. Yes. And I said, if he's going to use you in any way, I said, God will have to pay you. Yes, right. I'm not playing this year. Amen. Amen. What I learned was I don't ever have to leave your presence and leave with you in me and to go away from you and say what I should have said whenever I replay, whenever you start speaking back to me again in me. We're not doing that this year. 2019, these calendar days are clear. Because see, I spent Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with Tony. And we were talking and I told him, I said, God told me that this is the beginning of my new beginnings. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. See, and let me tell you something. I don't knock the churches, I don't knock the New Year's sermons, but I'll tell everybody this year, this calendar year, get in the presence of God and get it hot off the press for yourself. Yes, Lord. Get it, don't wait for nobody to have to tell you anything. You get in the presence of God and let God download in you. And when they come to you, they'll come to you with confirmation. Yes, Lord. Don't look for the word whenever you can go before the word to receive it. Yes, Lord. All right. You better know that prayer is foundation. Yes, it is. And you better understand that whenever you get in the presence, whenever you start working this program, you're going to find out that it really do work. It does work. Yes, Lord. Not when you play with this program, but when you actively participate in this program. It's going to promote results. Yeah. Like Derek said, y'all get in the book, do what you got to do. Consecrate yourself unto the Lord this day that he may bestow a blessing. Yes, Lord. A blessing. And you'll find out that we ain't got to trick nobody. We ain't got to be no hustlers. Thank you. Everything God gives, he said he give it good. It's good. 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 And he said there's no shadow of turning. So see, I ain't got to find out how I'm gonna get it. Just get in consecration and receive it. Yes. Get in the program. Get with the program. Told us that was gonna be our next shirt. Get with the program. Amen. So get with the program. And it's so much. I heard Derek, it's so much. But me and him, we talk about a whole lot of stuff. We talk about y'all too. And then we told y'all, I told y'all, I have been talking behind y'all back. But we wasn't talking about you. We were talking about the spirit in you that allows you to do what you did. But now you're at the turning point. You can still keep going the same way you went, but this time you have no cover. This time you have no cover. You have no cover now. Either you're going to sink or you're going to swim. You're going to either make this journey or you're going to get mad. But it's all up to you now. You dial that number now, guess what? You ain't getting no answer. Call it anytime. You not, but there's a number that has always been available. Yes, it has. But because we think that takes too much time, Tony can do it right away. Yes. Now you got to go from here. You got to drop it like it's hot for real. Yeah. You got to drop it till you get hot. Well, Lord, mother, you should be able to hit it too. But it's great today. It's so great. And I bless you. Oh, Miss Emma? Yes, Miss Emma.
I need to say one thing while we're talking about this day. This morning, God gave me concerning this day. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but this day. And it was this day I was able to read Matthew 6 and 11. This is the day which the Lord has made. Psalms 118 and 24. And going back to our favorite scripture, Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Yes.
Hearken diligently to the voice of the Lord, our God, to obey, to observe, and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. So it's something special about this day.
This day.
That's all I have.
This day. Amen.
Because I would not go like I said. Going out go, I should have said this, I should have said that.
That's right.
I'm going to say it.
Amen. This day. You got a voice. And our voice really does matter. And as I say, I'm done. I promise you, on this path, this turning point, and how we're now able to move forth in our purpose, because you have to admit to yourself the truth. Yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, I was sitting back. Yeah, I didn't do this. Yeah, I did. Just tell the truth and get it over with.
Yeah.
Tell the truth so you can go forth in your purpose, so we can forge ahead. And whenever he returns, he'll still find out that all things, and just like I said, all, A-L-L, all things are well.
Yeah.
All things are well. And he'll also see that all that God has given him, he hadn't lost. All that God has given him, all that God has given, it still remains.
Yeah.
It remains in Jesus' name.
Yeah.
To the faithful believers, to them today that even have that word receivers, yo, let's walk out our destiny.
Yes.
We come to the place today to find out that, you know what, we saw the fate. Stop accusing people for whatever we have to encounter.
Yeah.
Take our encounters and know that it's a part to push us to our destiny.
Yes. Yeah.
Stop accusing people for what they're doing to us and know that they have to do it because God knows that it's what's going to take them to keep pushing us to in our purpose and to our destiny.
Yeah.
God bless you on the day. Derek, please.
Powerful words. She always learn from her. I remember a few scriptures. That's why I remember that dirty bird. She told me I was a dirty bird. I ain't talking about no fat. I'm on a dirty bird. I was like, I ain't right, but God don't get me because I know he don't read it. But yeah, we got this last book. Tony did Take the Lead, so everybody can get your copy. Good book. It's talking about leadership. One thing about everyone in here, you've been around someone that gives you things that you can use to help others. Because a lot of people look like they're doing well, but they really hurt. Yeah. Never discount your voice. Never discount what you've been through. Never discount your story. I was literally similar to a lady this morning, this week, and I used to do my videos every day. She said, Derek, your videos helped me get out the bed. She said, your videos helped me get up and go get a job. I was falling through the cancer. He was like, it's all right. She said, Derek, your videos changed my life. I said, well, you feel like one of those folks in the church. I'll get a pastor, no anniversary, no chicken. I said, I understand. I said, I ain't going. I said, but I said, feel like, well, that's a good pastor. Soon as he died, I'm just saying, but I'm little go tell they good. But I love you. Don't tell me I got bed, I down left. What kind of fuck that is? Y'all go quiet church folks. Y'all just ready to do the mission. Amen. They go home. Oh, you preach a good word. Why you didn't tell him? I mean, I tell Tony he did something good. I'll be tell him, hey, man, I appreciate you, Tony. When you got his number, text him. When he go check out his text message, he'll be like, oh, I miss you, Pastor. I love you. I'm thinking about you. Stephanie, check him, just send him a text. When you think about it, send him a text. Pastor, I remember the words you taught me. I learned this. Go to Journey. Because he might wake up next week, 2 weeks through, it don't matter, but leave the word. Tell him. Don't get them out of flowers while they live. Get one. It's time. It's time, people. Take the lead. It's in you.
Yes.
It's in you.
Yes, Lord.
You're a piggyback. You got it in you. You got consecration. You got everything in you. Take it and use it. Take it and use it.
Amen.
I promise you things. Hey, y'all have a good day. Don't forget your tithes. And also, if you want to get these shirts, y'all let me know. They're going to be like $30. $30. That's right, 30. Because, you know, Zachary, Zagor, and Zayden, they like Zach and all this. So I'm going to give them all that money. Okay. They like eat that. They go out and eat Longhorns and all that. Yeah, so all my money going to go toward them. This is Jerry Lewis telethon right here. So, like, these shirts ain't free, but if you got the faith, it's going to cost it. And you're going to go and do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like sitting down eating with Donald Trump right here. You're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for the faith. I'm going to take the money. Go and get right over there. I ain't going to give you no financial report because y'all ain't going to read anyway. But I'm just let y'all know that y'all can get that's an expensive shirt. That's right. His bad name is hurt. It's going to hurt sometimes. But you're going to pay that seed. All right. Y'all have a good day. And in Jesus' name, amen. And clean it back for yourself. Write your letter. It's going to be all right. And y'all.